Gamers, today we're going to be talking about everything that you need to know for Zenless Zone Zero, the best beginner tips, maybe even best beginner's guide, you could say. So guys, we're going to be reacting to Rehoo today on his video. Go subscribe to him if you haven't already. He put out a video a couple days ago talking about everything you need for Zenless Zone Zero. Now, since I haven't been invited to any of the betas, so I really don't have any knowledge on this game, and I'm going to be making content for the game, so I need to know what's going on with the game, right? So we're going to be reacting to Rehoo today. So let's hop into it here, guys.
How is everyone doing today? And in this video, we are going to talk about Zenless Zone Zero, and specifically talking about these starter tips and
let's go.
You want to know in regards to the game, because this game can be in depth. There's a lot of stuff to look.
This game's gonna be in depth. Let's go. Yeah, hopefully it's not too in depth like Wuthering Waves. I'm looking for a casual game, okay? Please, God, save me.
The way you build your team, and also how the weapons work, and everything in between.
How to build my teams? Okay, how to build my teams and how the weapons work. I'm actually more curious on how the weapons work in this game. Is it more similar or akin to something like a Genshin Impact, or is it more akin to something like a Wuthering Wave? I mean, what am I saying? Wuthering Waves. Honkai Star Rail. What am I saying?
So before we get into all that, make sure you leave a like, comment, sub, and all that different type of stuff if you're excited for Zenless, and let me know down.
Yeah, guys, leave a like, comment, and hit that subscribe button right now. If it's a different color, if it's not say subscribed, then hit it right now, please.
Your favorite character is. But of course, talking about Zenless, this is a action RPG game, more akin to a hack and slash type of game, where you are going to have 3 units on a team that are going to be comprised of a bunch
that meter just takes so long. They called that a QTE, by the way. They called the this thing right here. Where's it at?
Of a bunch of different.
Let me find it here.
That are super.
This right here, they called this a QTE.
Super.
I guess it's only 3 seconds. It looks a lot longer than that. It says 3 seconds there, but it looks a lot longer than 3 seconds. That bar.
For the most part, I do have some least favorites, but I do definitely have a lot more favorites when it comes to how these characters are. And there's a lot of stuff that you can do.
I love the UI and just feel this game in general. It just looks so fucking good, guys.
When it comes to animation canceling, pairing, switching in between moves, having characters do their moves while you're doing something else, there's just so much that you can do in Zenless that this is going to be a super fun experience for a lot of the newer players coming into the game for the very first time. Now, talking about characters specifically, because of course we need to talk about what you need to look at these characters for when it comes to putting them on your team. And there's actually quite a bit into them before you even put your hands on them, which is looking at their elements and looking at their roles. Currently, there are 5 elements in the game, which are going.
Oh yeah, I guess that's the question I have about team building. How is a team building actually going to work? Is there going to be like I guess like the synergy system like you have in Genshin, where you pair like, I guess, 2 pyro people on the same team, you get damage bonus. You pair 2 of this, you get this type of bonus. Is it gonna work like that? Because Honkai Star Rail really doesn't have that, right? Like, it doesn't have like pairing different teams together or anything like that. So hopefully it has something a mechanic like that anyways.
Going to be fire, electric, ice, physical, and ether. Now, some of these are a little bit more valuable than others just because there's either a scarcity of them, or maybe because the effect.
So I'm assuming ether's gonna be the scarcity, guys. Like, I'm just gonna go out and say it. I think ether's probably gonna be the scarcity.
Reactions, because yes, there are reactions in this game, and there's
wait, reaction? That is something I love about Genshin. I do like the elemental reactions they have in Genshin.
And teammates that match elements, so there's a team building aspect to that as well. And not only that, there are also roles in the game as well, which are support, defense, attack, anomaly, and stun. There's just so many different ways to be able to match these characters together when it comes to putting them on a team, either matching all elements or having multiple of one of the roles, which are support, defense, attack, anomaly, and stun, and them giving boost on that, because depending on the role, you get different objects or different buffs from them. Support usually give you damage boost and penetration. When it comes to something like attack, those are usually the DPSs. Stuns give the daze meter, and then
I feel like in this game, like the buff roll is probably gonna be very clutch. If it gives like resistant shred or something like that, that's gonna be super clutch.
Is going to be the reaction type based.
Oh, what's that? That's a what?
So there's so much different type of mechanics in the game that are going to allow you to play around with building teams, and with every new unit is going to be a different possibility for a bunch of different characters, whether it be a brand new synergy to be putting them on the same team, or just the overall better optimized team from what you had before. So there's a lot of different stuff when it comes to the elements and the roles, and definitely the reactions as well, because there's a lot of mono-type reactions when it comes to burn, which is fire with fire.
Mono-type.
Freeze is ice with ice. Shock is electric with electric. Corruption with is just ether. Assault is physical. And then disorder is what's going to happen when you start mixing.
Ooh, so you have a mix. Okay, that's interesting to hear, because I feel like that's what the teams are going to be then. You'll probably see burn teams, freeze team, shock team, corruption team, assault team, and then your disorder team as well. I think that's probably gonna be your team order
together, which can do some absolutely nasty damage to enemies if you can find some way to proc that very quickly. Now, of course, as I said before, mixing these roles and elements are going to allow you to get some damage boost, so that's going to be something to keep note of when you're building your team. And not only that, with these characters having roles, which we talked about before, the weapons that you have in this game as well are
Yo, thank you, Nelio, for the 9 months. Appreciate it, gamer.
Of nature, that's going to be very similar to something like Honkai Star Rail if you play that game. Where depending on the weapon and the role of the character, they have to match each other. So you can only have support.
Oh, okay. So yeah, it's just gonna work like Honkai Star Rail then. So you just match the type of the actual weapon, or I guess what's it called in this game, engine, W engine, to the character. Okay, makes sense.
Two engines, which are the weapons in the game, with support characters. You have to have stun W engines with the stun characters, and attack W engines with the attack.
Wait, what's that?
You have to have stun
Wait a second. Pause champ. Pause champ.
Stun character.
A B C D E F. What the fuck is that?
And attack W engines with the attack characters. You can't mix and match them, so there are going to be certain engines that are going to be specifically put to certain roles that should in some way, form, or fashion match a lot of the characters in the game. And funny enough, 4 stars and 5 stars have signature weapons in the game, because when you look at the W engine, specifically looking at something like Sokaku's, she actually has a signature 4-star weapon for her.
Wait, increases ice damage when launching X special. All squad members attack increase. Second to 4 times re-trigger. Okay.
Her, while other characters, of course, the standard banner units or the limited character, they have their 5-star variation of their signature weapon. So it's pretty cool to see that maybe we might get these W engines, and I know we can buy them from a shop that is in the game.
I feel like didn't Honkai Star already have something like that? Like when the game first started out, like there was signature light cones for the like the 4-star characters and 5-star characters. I guess not like technical signature light cones, but like the best matchups usually had the character's image on it. That's what I would say. Yes.
We'll have signature weapons for every single type of character, and hopefully it's pretty easily to pick up when it comes to being inside the game. So this is all really good stuff when it comes to similar roles and similar mechanics that we've seen in other games. It's good to see that we're getting something similar to something like Honkai Star Rail, where we see...
Yo, why? That bro was frozen for 10 seconds. Bro, why was he frozen for so long?
You have to put the weapon on whatever role it's for to the character that matches that role. I think it like makes it a little bit more easier to
I agree.
Pull out some of the builds and some of the ways to get these characters more streamlined.
I also think it's more simplistic for a casual audience as well. So they're like, oh, let me throw the correct weapon on the correct character. It'll say that, yeah, this will not work if you throw it on the wrong character. I also think it works pretty well for that case as well.
Into progressing them even further. Now, of course, there are some really cool interactions that we are going to be allowed to abuse, which is when enemies have a certain affiliation with them, whether they're a robot, whether they are human. Some elements actually do more damage to them. When it comes to some aspects,
yeah, I could have guessed that.
It's actually weak to electricity, which stuns them for a very long time. Same thing with humans when they're in the game as an enemy. If you use fire on them,
I guessed
put
it.
some effects on them. So
imagine the fire debuff being weak, making the. Imagine that, the fire debuff weakening the human enemy and the electric debuff weakening the robot.
There are going to be situations or stages where you're going to be able to abuse some of your different characters and not have to run the same team every single time.
That's really nice.
There's so many different things in this game when it comes to abusing either something like freeze, where it's stunning the enemy, going against the robot.
I think games that force you to use other characters is a game that has like a longer lifespan, in my opinion. So what I mean by this is I feel like games should become complex to the point where it's like you cannot use one team to brute force anything. And as many people might say they hate this with Honkai Star Rail, and I do think it's a negative in Honkai Star Rail just because we don't have enough 4-stars to really support it. I do think in Honkai Star Rail, with them adding new events and like these new enemy types in the game where, let's say, only Super Break is like really efficient at beating this enemy's ass, right? Or only AoE is efficient here, or only dot is efficient here, or only crit-based unit is efficient here. Single target's really good here, but it sucks ass here. I feel like having more of these niche enemy and niche game modes that you need more niche characters to beat really brings out like just extra gameplay, because it's just forcing you to build extra characters and use extra characters. And I feel like if they can do that, that'll be really nice as well. Keeps the game from getting stale, you could say.
And pulling out your electricity unit so that you're able to stun them even faster, or maybe even bring out the fire element so that you can be able to stun humans faster. So depending.
Oh, burn them, you mean? Burn the enemies faster, yes.
on the enemies that are on that stage, depending on what exactly you want from your team. There's just going to be so many different ways to build these characters and so many different ways to also make a team comprised of these characters. Also
off tangent, side tangent, I just feel like ZZZ's like gameplay is really intriguing to like. It is just really like zoomer bait. I feel like with HSR, it looks good. Genshin looks good. This looks amazing. The combat just like looks amazing. Now I don't know how it feels, but just watching the combat, there's just so much stuff going off. It just keeps my zoomer brain at like attention span there.
Elements that they match and also the roles, like I said, giving the buffs from beforehand. And of course, I do want to say one thing specifically, which is this game has a lot of different gameplay styles, and each character feels like a brand new character. There's no character that feels the same, and there's definitely going to be some characters that you like a lot versus characters that you may not like at all. One specifically for me, I personally don't like Koleda, although she's very strong and is one of the only characters at the current moment who has
is that Koleda right there? Is the one with the hammer? Who's Koleda? Who is Koleda? Oh, the hammer girl? Oh, dude, I think I'm gonna love the hammer girl. Like that girl from HI3, the new hammer girl from Honkai Impact 3 Part 2. I love her playstyle.
Or dual skill, where she's actually able to synergize with Ben and literally do their attacks at the exact same time.
Oh, that looks so cool. I love that.
That is a really cool thing. I just don't like Koleda.
I love that.
One tip I do want to really give, and that is play the characters that you think are fun, because at the end of the day, if you're not having fun, even if they're a stronger unit, you're not going to want to stick with the game. So you definitely want to go ahead, try a bunch of different characters out, see who you like the most, and play them for a majority of
Now, one question I do have here, sorry for interrupting so much, guys. Are they going to have, like, I guess they would have something in the, what am I talking? I'm dumb. Don't even worry about what I was going to say. I was going to ask if you could, oh, can you test out the characters before you actually use them? Oh, wait. Does the practice mode allow you to test them out at, like, max level? Because I feel like that's really essential. Like, I would hate to bring a character in that like gets extra upgrades and stuff at max level and feels a lot better to play at max levels than like testing them at level 1, like, oh well, this is ass, huh? But obviously they're gonna have like character trials, like new characters coming to the game.
You want to have fun.
Oh, the bang boos! I love the little bang boos. They're so cute. They're like little echoes, bro. Look at them go. Oh, I muted.
The cast is pretty strong. That they're pretty much the equal amount.
That pitch is strong. She is popping off. The blue-haired demon chick, bro. Oh my god.
Of course, the limited 5-star that is Ellen. That's going to be coming out day 1 of Zenless Zone Zero's release. So you do want to make sure that you're finding out the playstyle that you like.
Oh my god, bro.
Building a team around it, because that's the best way for you to not only clear content, but for you to also have fun as well. Another thing that I do want to look at for is that we do have a little buddy.
Oh, dude, the bang boos.
Which are going to be the bang boos.
Gosh.
These bang boos are going to be on the side, either doing little small attacks or buffing your allies.
They look so cute, bro. I love them.
They have their own banner, which we're going to be talking about in another video, talking about the whole gacha system in full. And
we'll have to watch that too.
Bonuses when it comes to damage. They can give you stats. They can help you attack enemies, and you can even chain attack off of them.
That's so cool. I love them.
Bang boo type. So that's overall a really cool thing to have. It's gonna be something different that we usually don't have.
I also heard that the bang boos are like not like whale friendly, so you can't just like whale out for them, which I absolutely love. I love that when games incentivize players that actually grind the game out and like are able to like get things just through pure sheer willpower of just playing the game. I love that.
Games when it comes to Starro and Genshin, we're gonna have a whole little buddy, and if you play,
I guess I should expand on that. The reason I like that is because it makes you feel like you've achieved something more, right? Something more than someone else has, rather than a whale just buying it and having it, and like, it doesn't really feel as good to have it.
Okay, and back there, you'll probably have it reminiscent to the Astral Op system or the L system if you've been playing for a very long time. So overall, really cool things to see Zenless taking from their previous.
That sounds like a Scarlet buff to me. That is a Scarlet buff. That is a Scarlet buff. Just put in the time. You got it, gamer.
His games, and also having a free-to-play type of accessory, which you can get only with endgame currency or.
That's so nice. I love that
stuff. And no paid currency, so everyone's gonna be on the same playing field, and hopefully the luck chooses to bless us all.
Oh wait, fuck, guys. No, I revert my previous statement. I didn't know that it requires luck. I just thought about that. It's too late right now. It's 11 p.m. for me. I should be in bed right now. Gotcha? Oh, it's over. It's over for me, guys. It's just I went on a 9-50-50 loss streak, bro. It's over for me, guys. We're just not getting the good bang boos. That's all I'm gonna say.
Oh, at that point. And then lastly, the one last tip I do want to give, which this is.
Hey, imagine this though. Imagine your content creators. Okay, guys, you're gonna need to be needing the Demon Bang Boo. I can't get the Demon Bang Boo. Well, just get good. Get lucky, okay? Okay, guys? It's gonna be, I feel like it's gonna be hard to make content, but like, be like, yeah, you need this exact Bang Boo, guys. It's not like you can just like pay to summon for them. It's like, oh, you need this one, guys. This one's the best one for this. That might be rough. I'm not gonna lie. That's just what I think personally.
Something that a lot of people are probably gonna skip over, which I hope you don't. Which is, I hope that everyone uses the practice room whenever they get the chance. Because especially when you want to try out characters, or when you want to learn about a character.
Yeah.
These characters have a lot more in depth with them. Especially when you're looking at characters like Ambi, who can actually...
You know what? Just get good and like actually play the game. Just learn it on the fly, right? That's why me personally, guys, when I play games, I don't even start in casual matches when I play competitive games. I hop right into a competitive match. No training, no nothing. No warm-ups, nothing. Just hop into combat, guys. Get good. Learn on the fly.
To get extra moves from being able to time her skill at a certain time. Soldier 11 actually has infinite fire infusion in her weapon that only comes from her skill and ultimate. But if you don't want to use those, you can actually time it to where when you're timing your normal attacks, you always get the fire damage. There's a bunch of in-depth mechanics when it comes to these characters that don't relegate it to just straight a left-click type of mode or left-click type of game, where you're actually paying attention to what you're doing and seeing all the extra things you can get out of these characters. This game
cool. Now, that's something I do like. I guess practice mode would be nice, though, realistically, though, guys, because if you kill the enemy too fast, you really can't train. With infinite health like this, you can just go on and train to your little heart's content. And also figure out, like, little intricacies, like, within characters, right, that you wouldn't have thought of before, because you just don't really have much playtime with, like, in the actual missions itself to really try new and unique things, because you're probably going to start off with the same exact combos every single time. Something like this is really nice. Let me stop yapping. Let's continue.
More depth to it than you think. And being able to practice in the practice room and trying these things out against enemies, which I'm very glad they did give us a practice room in the first place. It's something you should probably take advantage of, and especially when you're getting a new character and you want to see what they do, they have a really good tutorial mode that shows you each and every single character.
That's nice.
And how they work specifically.
Oh wait, really? Fuck yeah, okay, we like that.
And you get access to
actually just what I was asking for
when it comes to using them in the VR system that we have in the game. So that's pretty much it when it comes to Zenless Zone Zero.
Okay.
And a lot of the starter basics and also knowledge you probably want to know before starting the game. I can't wait to get the game and have my hands on it very, very soon. So other than that, let me know what y'all think about Zenless Zone Zero, and let me know what your favorite character is in the comments below.
Hell yeah, bro. Honestly, you said you didn't like Kolita Rehoo. I love Kolita, so yeah. Guys, go subscribe to Rehoo. His stuff will be in the link in the description down below. Give him a like, give him a subscribe, give him some love. Absolutely amazing content creator. Love you, Rehoo. And yeah, guys, that's going to do it for me. Subscribe to me as well if you haven't already. Need to get my little plug in there. Anyways, that's gonna do it for my video today, guys. My little reaction here, and hopefully we'll have more learning more about ZZZ. My path to ZZZ, as I'll call it. Anyways, guys, see you later. Bye.